This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So today we will cover how to send data from one screen to another screen. It is a very important part. So during software creations, it is very much required to send data from one screen to another screen. Correct? So that means we need to also understand how Power Builder works in case we want to send some data from one screen to another screen. So before that, like we need to understand open versus open seat method. What is this? How open works? Open. I am audible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So open means that to open a window, and open seat to open a seat. Seat means window within MDI. Okay. Now we have other functions. Let me show you the some functions here for open. Open, open. Yes, open with param. So like if we want to open a screen with some parameter, then we need to use open with param instead of open. Open is a simple function. Open with param means some parameter will go to the open with open. So open a window object to a non-data type. Open within param display the window and makes all its property. It's also store the parameter to system message object. So there is a message object in system. So when we use open with param, the parameter is saved in the message object, and that message object is global to applications. And when we want to get that value, we can get how. Let me show you the example. So like we have normally three type of data. One is string, numeric, and power object. Power object means power builder object. So if we want to use numeric, then we need to use double param, then power object param for to get the power builder object. And if we want multiple, we will use structure and message dot string for string. Let me show you the example how we will do. Go, let's come to the our session. Okay, so this is our screen we where we are using this. Okay, now over the DS, let's here we want to open a screen. I can say open with param. Okay, now string ls param. I can say long ll param. So this time we will show only the two case. Now let me create one another screen here, that is called w open example. And here we will say get param. So let me open this, save as. I want to open this screen normally. One example is there. If I want to open this without any parameter, I can use this. I can open, but no parameter will be sent to another screen. Correct? Now, I want to open and I want to also send some value from here. Like I am saying, test from open screen. So I want to send this string to the new window. So how I can do this? I can send open with param. Param. Okay. So there is a function open with param, the window name and the parameter. So this is a string parameter. So I'll send this. It will send, and because over the get param we have not written anything, so it will send, but we are not getting anything from here. Now over the open example, what we need to do, we just need to do string ls return. So what equal to, there is a message object, message dot string param, and then message, put it this in message box. So this is a like postman, it is using a postman, capturing your information from one object and keeping itself, when someone asks it gives to them. Message, I'm saying open with param example. Now let me show you. Open with param, test from open screen. So where we have written this, over this button, but we are getting here. So that means one information is being passed from this screen to this screen during open screen. Any question? Any question till now? Like I want to send a one numeric value, then here try with the string, nothing, because here we are getting the string, not the number. So string is blank this time, but number is available. So let me go to here, and if I get string double, double, and it should be like, let me save this. It is showing incompatible property string double for a type message. No, it's double, not string double. Maybe message dot double param, string param. Yeah, double param. No, let me show you how. What is this? Yes, double param. Maybe I have done a spelling mistake here. What it is saying now? Incompatible type of assignment, string and double. That means a numeric value is coming from here and we are trying to assign into the string variable. That is not proper thing. So what we need to do, we need to define one numeric. So numeric can be assigned into numeric only, and then make sense. So sometimes I do mistakes because I want to make you learn what happen if you do a mistake. So this type of, like, open with param. So we have seen here one thing like string, double, and now what about the power object? The now question is coming, if we want to send multiple values, like I have two string, two double, two dates, everything I need to pass from one object, one screen to another screen. How I can pass? Because it is just a single variable pass. So in that case, you know about structure. So there is a object called structure in Power Builder, and even in all languages there are a structure. So here you can define multiple things. So it's a object that contain multiple type of variable. I am saying is value 1, is value 2, and here I am saying number long il value 1 il value 2, and now date, I can say date, IDT value 1, or I can say boolean IB value 1. I have created one structure here, and that is like a PB object. So I am naming it GS multiple value. So it is a structure that can contain multiple data types. Now I want to send many more values to one screen. Then how will,
Hello.
yes.
Sir, I want to ask, sir, what is the meaning of I? Like, sir, I B for Boolean answer, I for.
Yeah, yes, like what I am thinking here, there is no meaning with I, it's just a writing culture. I'm because it's a structure that is global, so I'm just putting I instance variable, instance string instance, or you can say GS global string, or you can write only the S or only the value one, nothing else. Doesn't matter, only just it not required that you will write the same way, but it just we are saying that it's a string variable, and I, that means instance, similar to instance. Here there is no, but it is similar to instance because it is available over this object, full object, not local. So I'll explain you
Okay, sir.
about that part also, what is instance, what
Okay,
is
sir.
local. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And
Okay, sir.
so because for this object it is a instance variable, then that's why I put I and then string for S, then value 1 is a logical name. What I need to do for it, if I want to send multiple values, then I need to create a structure, and then I need to define a structure. Defining a structure is just simple. If you are defining local, just structure name, then one variable, and then you just need to assign the values dot. And one thing here, go to the tool, .NET Developer System option. No, view format design option, prefix auto script. Okay, active only after a dot, and delay will be 10 second. So return type, look how it will dot is value 1 equal to value 1. So we need to, we have one is value 1, is value 2, il value 1, il value 2, then idt date time value 1, ib value 1, correct. Date means we can pass only date, that means date, and today number, it's 20, it's 10, it's value 2, and boolean equal to true. Okay, so we can assign the values like that, and then we can pass. Oh, we need to assign, not here, we need to assign where, here, and then we need to pass this variable, not like string or long, we are passing the power object. And how we can get the power object? So over here the same type of power object can be get into the same type of object. So when we need to get this, yes, and what we need to do, we don't need to, like, let me comment this. So we will this and message dot power object param. Okay, now the power object param is assigned to the same type of object, because this object is the same type, and now we can use this these values here. Let me put all message box from here to here, just reducing my, just reducing my effort, nothing else, rather than writing anytime. I'm just copying and paste. Let me save it. Yes, bad argument list for function, where I think here, okay, because function need a string. Okay, now what we are doing here, we have created one data structure, and we have created the one object for that data structure, and then we are assigning the values to data structure and passing with open with param. And then over this screen where we are opening, we are reading those values from the message object. How? Because first we have assigned the same object to the same type of variable, so then it should be the same, otherwise it will create a error, and then we are just reading the values in the message box, like ds here, value 1, value 2, 10, 20, date for today, true. Make sense? So this way you can pass your values to another screen or another object. Now this is open with param, and the same thing is open sheet with param. So open sheet with param, it says, yeah, a parameter, window type, mdi frame, position and arrangement. So you have already seen about the open with param. So when we need to use open sheet with param, only just one parameter will be changed, that is parameter. Now let me go to here, w base, no, not in w base, in w data store, and what I do, go here and just change. So this value will be here, the parameter will be the second value, your window will be first value, and this is mdi, your mdi name is wmdi frame, because we don't want to open as a single screen, we want to open as a sheet in mdi, so it will be like a sheet. Make sense? Previously it was a, now everything will be same. And how it makes the difference between sheet and, look, this is, look, this is screen can go beyond that mdi frame, yes, but sheet cannot go beyond the mdi frame. Let me show you the sheet. Sheet is like a child of mdi. Look, I'm trying to make it above, but it will not go. Make sense? But that window can move. And the same way, if we want to close something, like here is, we have done with open. With open we have sent some values. Maybe in some scenarios, like open with param, open sheet with, whatever I write, write in um, you can say, in agenda of class, that notepad will be very useful. So everything is written here. And the same way we have some function close and close with return. We don't have any close sheet with param. It's close with return. So close is a simple function, and when we want to use close with return, that means the same way close a window and store the return value to the message object, you should use close with return only with response window. Close with return, and then it takes three type of variable object parameters: string, numeric, and power object. String means alphanumeric, numeric means number, and power object means the object. And the same way you can get when you open a response window and then close, then you can get. Okay, now let me show you the example how, why it is saying response only, because response, until you close that app, that screen, further processing will not be done. But in other type of windows, further processing will done. So close with return. Okay, now we want to open, let me, we want to open a new response window, w response. Error, because we have not created yet. Now let's create a window, that is a response window. What is mean by response? We cannot close, we call response, and we make it response. Look, window type is response. Now what is this open response? When you open a response window, you cannot click anywhere until this window is open. Try this. Until this window is open, you cannot click anywhere outside of this window. So that means it's a response. User have to click or close this before doing anything. So that's why. And let me show you the case. W, here the same thing we can get in response. Not in response, from where we are opening, from data store, and then this, take it above, no problem. And after closing this, we can write close with return, and then value will be here. So before returning, we need to assign the value, same like we have done with this. So what we need to do, we need to copy this one also, and we will go to here, and we say close with return, not open with the, close with return. What we need to close? The same response window. Either we can write w response close with return y, with. Either we can write this w response, or because it's a button, so we need to close this parent of this button. That the same meaning is for parent or w response. Now we have assigned some values here. We have passes to close with return, and then we'll read from where we are opening. So we have written here, and we can get, so this is open example. Now here is a close example. So we are opening this, and when we close this, then value can be read. So this way we are passing the values during open the screen, reading those values, and we can also pass values, or we can say we can also return some values while closing. So this is the close with return example. Same way string, same way number. So it's a typical example for this functionality. Okay. So this today open with param, open with parameter. So string, numeric, our object. Same thing here, same thing here. Any question regarding the same? Any question? Anyone? If you will not ask any question, then how will I know that you have understand this or not? So is it used?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Good evening, sir. Sir, I want to know, sir, where we use these matlab param sheets?
Yeah, that means like if we want to send some values from one screen to another screen, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like there is an example. You have a grid.
Yes.
You want to over the double click of that grid, you want to open a new screen. At that screen can be opened in free form, so that you can update your data. Then
Okay, okay, sir.
what you need to send some values, what you want to open, maybe a primary key, correct?
Okay, okay, sir.
Then otherwise you will not be able to understand which record I want to open, because someone has clicked on one screen and you want to open another screen, and where there you want to retrieve a new data window with some parameter. So that parameter you can pass by open with param, open sheet with param. Make sense?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Like in some example we have seen, over the click in grid we are showing something in free form. But if we want to use this functionality, that over the click there should be a new screen, and that free form should come over that screen, then we want to send something to the new screen. So we are using open with param, close with return in that case. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone has questions? No. Okay. So let me show you the one part also. Look, I'll show you one example. Is what we do, and what should we do for like a better code skills. Like here, copy this, control A, control C, go to your notepad plus plus, and here in settings, in view, go and symbols, show space and tab. Okay, why it is not showing? Yes, so you can see it is showing space and tab. So there should be one space, yes, and here it should be like this. There is no error, but if you write a clear code, that will be good. And if this should be like this, and look, in power builder when you see all green things, that should be in one format. Maybe it is chemical camel case, or it is upper. So what we need to do, this, and it should be true. And then here if we have capital, we should not have camel case. And open is also a function, so that should be like this. Message box is a function, so better to write this. There is no error in that in previous code also, but syntactically it should be proper. Now let me show you the another case. Here, look, this should be like this. And why we have one space here? We should not have one space here. Okay. And why there is a record space between this? We can write like this. It should be like, and this is OF, and function is like always OF, because if you see in the class, there is no capital O. So if there is no capital O here, why should we write here? The same way, like OF disconnect DB, copy this and write this. So it's better to write same way. Now let me show you some more examples. Let me copy this. So we can format this properly. So this is a space here, comma, and then one space, comma, and then one space. Should be like this. Should be like this. Trim. It's a method. So it will be like this. And there should be a space here. Then if you are not writing anything in if case, better to write in reverse. But and why there are two tab? Because we don't want two tab. We have here, and there is a extra tab. And the same thing is why with this. And if we are not writing anything, we should not keep it blank, else we need to write in different way. Why? And here we have a SQL query, so every time plug in one SQL formatter in your, no, we don't have any SQL formatter. Okay, why? Plug in SQL over SQL formatter install. What is this? .NET framework. Oh yes, now we need to, maybe we need to close this and rewrite this. Okay, so let's do. So there will be some formatting, and then no extra space, no extra tab should be there, and it should be like why we have a extra line here, why we have extra line here, and why we have extra spaces here, and it should be inclined. Make sense? Copy this and now paste this. So look, code is now more readable. Yes, even no password not found. Maybe because my DB doesn't have this. That's why it is creating problem for me. Make sense? So writing
Yes.
of code should be very clear. It impacts a lot. Okay, so we can close the recording for now. And if you have some questions, you can ask.